So you just got a raise. Congratulations. You worked hard, you earned it, and now there's an extra $400, maybe $600 hitting your account every month. And here's what happens next. You already know this. Within 3 months, maybe four, you look at your bank account and somehow you have the exact same amount of money you had before the raise. Maybe less. How does that happen? You're making more money. Where's it going? My name is Ron, and I am absolutely fixated on why raises destroy more financial futures than they create. If you're someone who's ever gotten more money and somehow ended up more broke, hit subscribe and thumbs up if this helps. Because here's the thing, and this is going to sound crazy, the 90 days after you get a raise might be the most dangerous financial window of your entire career. Not when you're broke, not when you're struggling, when you get more money. And most people completely waste it. Look, I'm going to show you something that's going to make you uncomfortable. According to a 2023 study by the American Psychological Association, 72% of people who receive a raise report no improvement in their financial stress levels after 1 year. 72%. You get a $5,000 a year raise, that's real money, right? And a year later, you're just as stressed about money as you were before? Now, you might be thinking, well, Ron, inflation, costs are going up, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, okay, that's part of it. But here's what most people don't realize. The average American lifestyle inflates at about 1.8 times the rate of their income growth. Let me say that again. When your income goes up by $1, your spending wants to go up by $1.80. That's not inflation. That's something else entirely. Here's where it gets really interesting. There's this phenomenon in behavioral economics called mental accounting, and it absolutely destroys people after a raise. Let's say you were making $4,000 a month and you get bumped to $4,500. That extra $500, your brain doesn't add it to your existing budget. No, no, no. Your brain creates a completely separate account for that money. It's bonus money, it's extra money, it's I earned this, I deserve to enjoy this money. And that $500 evaporates into subscription services, slightly nicer restaurants, that car upgrade you've been eyeing, a new wardrobe for your new position. Meanwhile, your original $4,000 budget, still maxed out, still living paycheck to paycheck on your base salary. You just added a whole new paycheck to paycheck layer on top of it. Let me show you something wild. Let's do the actual math on a $6,000 annual raise. That's $500 a month, which is pretty standard for a solid performance review. Most people take that $500 and think, oh, I can afford an extra $400 a month in lifestyle. I'll still have $100 left over. But here's what they miss. That's $500 before taxes. After federal, state, FICA, you're probably looking at more like $375, maybe $378 if you're lucky. So now you've upgraded your lifestyle by $400 based on $375 of actual take-home pay. You're already $25 in the hole every single month, and you don't even realize it because it's coming out of the buffer you didn't have in the first place. But it gets worse. Remember that subscription bump, that nicer apartment, that car payment? Those aren't one-time decisions. You just locked in $400 of additional monthly expenses for the next year, 2 years, maybe 5 years. Meanwhile, here's what you could have done. Take that $500 raise and immediately, I mean the same day you get the news, automate $450 of it straight into investments. Keep $50 for yourself as a little lifestyle bump. Over 30 years at a conservative 7% return, that $450 a month becomes $552,000. $552,000 from one raise. Now, here's why the first 90 days are everything. There's research from Duke University that shows it takes about 66 days on average for a new behavior to become automatic. Could be anywhere from 18 to 254 days, depending on the complexity, but let's call it 2 months for a financial habit. This is your window. In the first 90 days after a raise, your brain hasn't adapted yet. You're not psychologically dependent on that extra money because you've been living without it for months, maybe years. You don't miss what you haven't gotten used to having. But after 90 days, after you've had 3 months of nicer dinners, the better gym membership, the streaming services you absolutely need now, try taking that away from yourself. Your brain will fight you like you're cutting off a limb. This is called hedonic adaptation, and it's why lottery winners and people making $40K report roughly the same life satisfaction about 18 months. We adapt, we normalize, and then we need more to feel the same level of satisfaction. Let me paint you a picture of how this actually plays out because I see this all the time. Month one after the raise. Oh, I'll just get this slightly nicer apartment. It's only $150 more a month and I'm making an extra $500, so I'm still coming out ahead. Month two. You know what? I deserve to eat better. I work hard. I'll sign up for one of those meal services. It's $200 a month, but it's healthy and convenient. Month three. My car is getting old. With my new salary, I can actually afford something reliable. Just $350 a month for a lease. And boom, in 3 months, you've locked in $700 of new monthly expenses based on a $500 gross raise that's maybe $375 take home. You're now making more money than ever before in your life, and you're somehow $325 more in the hole every month than you were when you were broke. Now, you might be thinking, but Ron, I can't just not enjoy my raise at all. What's the point of working hard if I can't improve my life? And look, I get it. I'm not saying live like a monk and never enjoy anything. Here's what I am saying. The order matters. Most people do this. Raise, lifestyle upgrade, I'll invest what's left over. Nothing's left over. What you should do, raise, automate savings and investments, then lifestyle upgrade with what's actually remaining. It's the same money, but one way builds wealth, the other way keeps you trapped forever. Here's the actual playbook for the 90-day window. Day 1 to 7. The moment you get confirmation of your raise, not when it hits your account, when you get the news, you set up the automation. If your raise is $500 a month gross, figure out the after-tax number. Let's say it's $375. You immediately set up an automatic transfer of $300 to your investment account that triggers on payday, every single month, non-negotiable. Day 8 to 30, you live exactly how you were living before, no changes. You're training your brain that this is still normal, this is still comfortable. That $300 that's getting whisked away, you never see it, so you don't miss it. Day 31 to 60, now you can make one small lifestyle upgrade with the remaining $75. Not 5 upgrades, 1. Maybe it's better coffee, maybe it's a house cleaner once a month. One thing that genuinely improves your quality of life. Day 61 to 90, you lock it in. This is your new normal. You're investing $300 a month more than you were, you've got one small quality of life improvement, and you're building wealth without feeling deprived. And here's where this gets absolutely insane. Most people get multiple raises over their career, right? Let's say you get a raise every 2 years. Nothing crazy, just a standard 5% bump. If you're making $50,000 and you followed this strategy with every raise over 30 years, not just the first one, you know what you end up with? According to the compound interest math, you're looking at an additional $1.2 to $1.8 million in retirement savings compared to someone who did the normal thing and spent every raise. Same career, same raises, one person retires a millionaire, the other person retires wondering where all the money went. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The real benefit isn't even the money, it's the identity shift. When you automate your raise into investments before you ever see it, you're telling yourself a story about who you are. You're not someone who makes more to spend more, you're someone who makes more to build more. And that psychological shift changes every financial decision you make going forward. It changes how you think about debt, about purchases, about your career. You start asking different questions. Not, can I afford this, but does this move me toward freedom or away from it? That's the real 90-day window. It's not just about the money, it's about who you become. Look, I've seen people blow this in some spectacularly creative ways. Here are the big ones. Mistake number 1, I'll invest it next month. No, starting next month means never. You set it up today or you don't set it up at all. Mistake number 2, I need to pay off debt first. Unless it's credit card debt above 15%, the math usually says invest the raise and maintain your current debt payment plan. Time in the market beats out most debt payoffs. Mistake number 3, I deserve this after everything I've been through. You know what you deserve is financial freedom. That's what you deserve. Not a slightly nicer car that's worth 30% less the moment you drive it off the lot. Mistake number 4, I'll live the same now and invest my next raise. That's just mistake number 1 with extra steps. Do it now or admit you're never going to do it. You want to know the craziest part about all of this? The people who are actually wealthy, I'm talking genuinely wealthy, not Instagram fake wealthy, they do this naturally. It's not even a strategy for them. It's just how they think. They get a raise, they invest it. They get a bonus, they invest it. They sell a business, they invest most of it. Their lifestyle stays relatively stable while their net worth compounds like crazy. Meanwhile, everyone else is out here making more money than their parents ever dreamed of and somehow still living paycheck to paycheck with better stuff. So here's what you're going to do. If you got a raise in the last 90 days, you still have time. Set up the automation today, not tomorrow, today. If you're about to get a raise, you plan this now, before the money hits your account. Because once you see that bigger number in your checking account, it's over. Your brain will find a way to spend it. And if you haven't gotten a raise in a while, maybe this is the kick you need to go ask for one, because now you know what to do with it. The 90-day window isn't about deprival, it's about freedom. It's about waking up 10 years from now and actually being in a different place instead of just having slightly nicer stuff. Don't miss this. Subscribe if this hit home, drop a comment if you've ever fallen into the lifestyle creep trap, because we all have, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, more money is only an opportunity if you treat it like one.